Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the resume ranking. 4 of the top 6 teams from the resume ranking last week lost, which really shakes things up this week. But teams can move down even with a win in this resume ranking because this ranking includes how your previous opponents do after you played them. It's ever changing. Only one team has 4 wins that are still good wins. Even with a loss, they are number 1 at the moment in the resume ranking. It will change. But because good wins are weighted heavy, and they have 4 of them, including 1 road win, which weighs heavier than the home wins. So here we go. If you are not familiar with the resume ranking, here is your team and where they are ranked. This is where they were ranked last week. This is their movement from last week. Their record, the teams they beat. A circle means it was a road game. A square means it was a neutral site game. This is who they played next, which could affect their ranking for next week. There are 12 undefeated teams that remain, 37 one-loss teams, and 31 two-loss teams. There are no two-loss teams that have enough wins to overcome all these one-loss teams with their resume as of yet. In fact, the best two-loss team resume is Michigan, with the 3 good wins still that remain. I know Fresno, USC, and Arkansas State all still have 2 losses, and that is what is a good win. 2 losses or better for now. Road wins matter more. All right, the cream is always rising to the top, and it will look a lot like the AP towards the end of the season if they value resumes. Here we go. Number 28 is Colorado. You see their win at UCF. Number 27 is Arizona State. Number 26, SMU. Number 25, Tennessee fell 19 spots from last week. A lot of teams that weren't ranked last week are jumping in here, like Nebraska at number 24. Navy is number 25, and Indiana is number 22. Navy 23. All right. Number 21 is Virginia. Number 20 is Illinois. These are all teams that have 2 quality wins that have 1 loss, but they're separated by margin of victory. How many points did they beat these teams by? Excuse me. You see Ohio State there at the top at number 15. They have 2 good home wins. They fell 10 spots even though they destroyed Iowa. How'd that happen? Well, all of these other teams got a 2nd or 3rd win, which dropped them. So this will all sort itself out in the end. There's no bias here in this ranking. It is just what have you done. All right. So you see Boise State or Kansas State there at 19, Boise State 18, the top group of 5 teams so far. Notre Dame is at number 17, could still be a bid stealer even after losing to Northern Illinois. Mississippi, number 16, Ohio State, 15. As we move up, Washington State is number 14. Now 3 wins at home are better, I think, or worse than 2 wins on the road. So Georgia is number 12. I struggled where do you put Georgia? There was no precursor in the database, so I just had to kind of pluck that and pick it and put them right there. Georgia up 5 spots from last week at number 12. That's where they were 2 weeks ago. Number 17 last week. They are 4-1. All right, we got Washington State 14, Missouri 13, Georgia's number 12. Syracuse is up 14 spots from last week to number 11. Texas A&M up 13 spots to number 10. Alabama down 7 spots to number 9. Now you see the arrow here. If you're confused, these wins are actually for Alabama. These wins are for Texas A&M. So just flop those. So we move up. And this is it. The resume ranking. Week 7. You see the team at the top with 4 good wins. But Pittsburgh is number 8. Undefeated in a road win and home win. You got BYU, you got Oregon, you got Iowa State, Penn State, Texas, Miami, all the familiar names that should be up there at this time. We'll see if they can stay there. You see who they all play next week. Texas Tech is number 1, 5-1, 4 good wins. And next week, UNT could lose, Arizona could lose, well, no, they would still be a good win, but Cincinnati could lose, and that'd make them 3-loss team. So you can see how this is volatile. But yeah, Texas is at Oklahoma, and the neutral site at the state fair, right? And Texas. And then Penn State's at USC. Iowa State's at West Virginia. We got Oregon, Ohio State next week. Big shakeups, big doings. But this is it right now in this time for this week, the resume ranking. Please like the video. Thank you, everyone. Sorry it's a little bit late, but it was a lot of work to do. So like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day, everybody. Thank you.